Hello, welcome to the second grade, second 6 weeks math curriculum previews. Today we're going to be talking about what's happening for the next 6 weeks, and this PowerPoint will be available in Canvas. There are some slides I think you'll be interested in, and so you can find them in Canvas. The focus of the second 6 weeks will be basic facts with 20 with automaticity, 2-digit addition, and beginning two-dimensional figures at the end of the 6 weeks. So these are the basic facts that we're going to be going over. The very first couple, the kids should already be familiar with, that they've learned them in first grade, but the last three we're going to talk about a little bit more. So, basic facts by October 21st. The kids should know adding to 20 and subtracting within 20 with automaticity by October 21st. So have them practice this, and there'll be some games at the end that will help the kids practice in workstations. Also, with stages 1, 2, and 3, the kids will be composing and decomposing numbers to 1,200 and also begin two-digit addition. By January 15th, these are the facts that the kids will be working on. Addition and subtraction strategies to 20 with automaticity. The kids are already familiar with counting on, counting back, doubles, near doubles, and make 10. But you still may need to review those. The last three, breaking numbers apart, connect addition to subtraction, and compensation, will be new to them. So here's counting on. Doubles and near doubles, you can use Cuisenaire rods for this. Notice that the very first two are doubles. Then we have two that are not even, so they're the near doubles, and then we have doubles again. So when we add our colors to this, the first one is 5 plus 5. The near doubles is 1 less than 6 plus 6, but yet it's 1 more than 5 plus 5. So they are near doubles, and making this one in the middle to be a yellow with a green. 5 plus 6 equals 11. So you could use Cuisenaire rods to demonstrate how these are doubles and near doubles. Also, making 10 is a strategy that they're familiar with, usually using 10 frames. But the splitting or break apart strategy will be something that you will be teaching them in second grade that they may not have been exposed to before. So this is where you can break 8 into 3 plus 5 and 9 into 4 plus 5, and then the 5s will join to make 10, and the 3 and 4 will join to make 7, so that we have the answer of 17, having 7 in a multiple of 10. Or you can break 8 apart into 7 plus 1, add the 1 to 9, making 10, and there again we have 7 plus 10, which is 17. Another strategy is connecting addition to subtraction. One way to do this is by using a strip diagram, so the kids can see that 8 plus something equals 17. Compensation is the last strategy you'll be teaching them for addition and subtraction, and here is where you take a little bit from one number to make it a benchmark of 10 or 20 and add it to the other number, such as taking 3 from 26, adding it to 57 to where it's 23 plus 60. Or you could take 4 from 57 and add it to 26 so that it's 30 plus 53. Either way, the sum is 83. Now here's a few games that you can visit later to see if you'd like to have your kids play in a workstation as they're building up their strategies for math, for basic facts. One of them is called Math Match Game, where they choose the operation, and of course they will be focusing on just addition and subtraction at first. They choose the level of difficulty, and then they match the cards in as few tries as possible. This is a link for that game. Then there's Give Me 10, which is a version of Go Fish, but only that they're making tens instead of pairs. Think Addition, where they subtract, but they think of what the addition fact would be in order to subtract. Doubles plus 1 with dominoes. Speedy Tens with the cards with a flap. And then the next concept that they'll be learning is two-digit addition. Now when they learn two-digit addition, use your base 10 blocks. Last year you should have received some connecting cubes that you can use, especially with this concept of regrouping, because they will be regrouping for the first time. In Eduphoria, you have this graphic to use with your kids where the base 10 blocks will fit on this little mat. So if it's a linking cube organizer as well, so if you have linking cubes you can use that as well. But notice when you add, for example, 15 plus 23, we put the 15 on where we have a 10 and a 5. Then we add that in our little graph to the side. Then we add 23 to 15. So we'll add 2 more rods and 3 units. So if you look to the right, we have 5 plus 3 equals 8, and 1 plus 2 is 3. So that we have 38. And then looking at our pictorial model, we have 3 10s and 8 1s. So that we have 30 plus 8. So we have 3 10s and 8 1s, which is 30 plus 8, which is 38. Now, we need to regroup. So what if we have 24 plus 36? We have 2 10s, 4 1s, and we show that we have 24 as our first add-in. Then we add 3 rods to make it 3 10s, and add our 6 1s. Notice now that our 1s is full, so we can take it and move it over to add it to our rods so that we have 24 plus 36, and notice that this 10 is added to our 10s column to show the action that occurred with the rod going over to the 60s column. So now we add 1 plus 2 plus 3 to equal 6, or 60. So our answer is now 60, which is 6 10s and 0 1s, 60 plus 0, which is 60. Now what if we have 24 plus 38, and now we have some leftover units. So the 10 would go over, and notice we've added it over here in our 10s column, we have carried it. But then we have these 2 units left, and they will drop down so that we have 62. So we have 6 10s and 2 1s, which is 62. You also should have access to the base 10 blocks organizer, which has room for 100. So since we add to 120, so we can have 67 plus 45. Here we have 6 10s and 7 1s. Then we add our 4 rods for 40 and our 5 1s. Again, it's longer than our rods are normally, so our flat will move over, our 10 will move over, and then the 2 will drop, so that we have now a flat, a rod, and 2 units, making it 112. 112. So 100 plus 110 plus 2 1s is 100 plus 10 plus 2, which is 112. The properties of operations are going to be commutative property, where the kids can add add-ins, and either one goes first or the other. Identity property of addition, where we have plus 0, and associative property of addition, where you can group them in any way as long as you are adding. Unit 3 will be about plane figures, so we'll be going over 2D figures. They go up to 12 sides. So these are the formal descriptions of the 2D figures that you will be teaching, going up to 12 sides. You also will be putting shapes together to create other shapes. It's like composing numbers, but you're composing shapes instead. For this, you might want to use your alpha shapes to make different shapes, or your exploragons, as you can make different sided figures. And they can be regular sided or irregular sided figures. Now, here we're going to also talk about decomposing shapes, such as this rectangle can be decomposed into several different shapes, like 2 triangles, or 4 rectangles, or 3 rectangles. Vocabulary is very important, so you can review these words that kids may have learned in kindergarten or first grade, and just to remind them of what these terms mean. And then these are the new words that the kids may not have ever seen before or not exposed as much. So these are words you might want to focus on. Here's a couple of activities that you can use to make your word wall more engaging with the kids, such as, I am thinking of a word that means combining things together, which would of course would be addition, or I'm thinking of a word that describes a shape with 8 sides, of course an octagon. You can also play a word wall activity called tic-tac-toe with the kids. Now, our curriculum previews, our face-to-face curriculum previews are going to be a little different this year. I hope to see you there. We're going to be talking more about activities, and it's also a good time for you to collaborate. So see you again soon. Have a wonderful day.